Hello again, Year 4, back again for another week of home learning. I wanted in this video to talk you through each of the home learning tasks that we've got on the Google Drive for you. So I know you're really familiar with what the Google Drive looks like. As you open up this document here, as always, this document is just to let your parents know all of the tasks that were set in for you with a little bit of an explanation there for you. So I'll go through each of them one at a time. So we'll start off with our White Rose Maths for this week. This week, if we had have been in school, we would be looking at coordinates and position on a grid. So that's exactly the tasks that you've got in the Google Drive for you. As you scroll through, you can see you've got the answer sheets there. You've got the PowerPoints, which just talk you through each of the questions one at a time. And you've got the worksheets for you to be able to work on. So as you can see with our coordinates, a lot of the work around coordinates is often based on reading things, reading perhaps symbols, perhaps different places, perhaps different clues, all on a grid. And it's being able to read the grid to be able to see exactly where that place or where that thing is. So you can see from the grid that you've got in front of you here, you've got some numbers along the bottom, and you've got some numbers along across the up the top there as well. It's reading those numbers that will be able to help you to identify where something is on the grid. We always try and remember a simple phrase to help us to know which ones to read first. And as long as we remind ourselves with along the corridor and up the stairs, then we know which part of the grid we need to read first. So we know along the corridor will mean I need to read these numbers along the bottom of the grid first of all. And then up the stairs means that I need to be able to read these numbers up the top there. So if I was going to look at the position of the cafe here, I know that I'd be reading along the bottom first of all, and I can see it's between 2 and 3, and then I would read up and see it's between 4 and 5. So I can be really specific when a place is at a cross on that grid. So if I look at the park here, I can go along the corridor to number 4 because I can see it's on this grid line here. And then I can go up the stairs and I can see it's along this grid line here, number 3. So if I was to write the coordinates of where the park is positioned on the grid, I can see it would be at 4, 3. And we always write coordinates in between brackets. So you can see the brackets are here for you in order to be able to write the positions. You've got a number of questions for describing where things are this week. And then a bit later on in the week as well, you're also going to be looking at moving things on a grid and translation as well. So I look forward to seeing your work with that. If we go into some of the other folders, in your maths activity folder, you've got a number of different coordinate tasks as well, just for a little bit of extra practice. You've got a pirate map coordinate here. I know you're familiar with the star system now. Okay, choose the star level that you think is suitable for you. And there are a number of questions throughout that where it's giving you some coordinates to be able to identify where a place is on the map, but also you've got to be able to write the coordinates as well. So there's a number of activities there. The one that I think you're particularly going to like this week is this emoji coordinates. You've got a number of different coordinates at the top here, and they will join together to create a line. So you're going to plot them onto the grid first of all. So I can see 6, 0 is the first coordinate that I'm given. So I'm going to go along the corridor first of all to find number 6. And then I know that the other coordinate was 0, so I'm going to go up the stairs to 0 here, and I know that this point here is where I would put my little cross, so I will draw on just a little cross in that section of the grid there where the grid crosses over. I'll then go back up and have a look at my next coordinate, and it says 8, 1. So again, I'm going to go along the corridor first of all the way to 8, and then I'm going to go up the stairs to 1, and I will plot my next cross here. So I'm just going to plot my points by drawing just a little cross on the grid. Once I have plotted all of those coordinates in one line, so I can see these are one line together, I will join them up using a ruler, okay, a bit like dot to dot. I will then use a different colour to create a new line using this set of coordinates, a different colour to create this new line, and so on. And eventually you'll be able to create some really interesting looking emoji pictures, which I know that lots of you are going to love. So I look forward to seeing those. Feel free to colour those in as well. Okay, lots of different tasks there for you for maths this week. Moving into our English, we have the usual SPAG tasks that I know you're getting really familiar with. Some SPAG mats there to keep your grammar terms fresh. Again, choose your level of challenge there that suits you. We've got some more activities to help you to continue practice the year 3-4 spelling words, so they're there as well. Again, choose your level of challenge. And then we've got, I know you're getting really familiar with these, we've got the spelling crossword. All of the answers to that spelling crossword will be on your year 3-4 spelling list, so make sure that you're using those to help you. Okay. Thinking about your reading comprehensions this week, you've got 2 reading comprehensions. One of them is about D-Day, linking to our work in history. The other one is a nice one linking to our living things work in science. We've got some penguins here. As always, the answers are provided to help you to mark your work, to see your progress as you go. And again, there are different abilities, different levels there for you to be able to choose your level of challenge. Okay. Moving into the English, I won't talk in too much detail about the English on this video, because there will be a separate video for every session of English this week. So use the YouTube videos for each lesson. But this week we're going to be writing eyewitness reports. So this PowerPoint here is what I'm going to go through in my separate YouTube videos. There's a link within this PowerPoint of a video clip that I'd like you to watch. So when we scroll into session 2, there's a video clip here that I'd like you to click on and follow that link to be able to watch the clip, because we're going to be eyewitnesses this week and you are going to write your own eyewitness report. Check out the other YouTube videos, because I talk you through each of the lessons in detail to help you to write a eyewitness report by the end of the week. And again, don't forget to share them. I look forward to seeing them. The other documents also in the Google Drive here for English, they'll make sense to you once you watch the other English videos. So there's lots of different documents there that will help you to write your eyewitness reports there. So moving into our foundation subjects this week, our history. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the history, because I know Miss Edelston is providing you another YouTube video again to help you with that. You've got your task sheet here, as always. And again, Miss Edelston will explain that in more detail on our history video, so make sure you look out for that on YouTube. This week, we're going to be looking at how people protected themselves, how they stayed safe during World War II. So we're going to be looking at particularly different gas masks that were used, Anderson shelters, and also the blackout as well. So check out Miss Edelston's video to help you with that. And I know there's some really fun creative activities that she wants you to get stuck into this week for your history. And finally, for art this week, I've popped 2 documents here on the Google Drive. The first one will explain what it is we want you to do with your art this week. I've been absolutely blown away by some of the amazing artwork pictures that have been sent in. Some real talented artists using your pointillism technique, which is amazing. Keep it up, guys. This week, we're going to be focusing on blending and shading using the pointillist technique as well. So I've provided you with a video link here. I want you to watch this video link in 2 parts. Okay, so the first part of the video, start watching it from 33 seconds in up until 4 minutes 40, and pause the video when you get to 4 minutes 40. Once you've watched that video, you'll see that it's teaching you how to blend and how to shade using felt tip pens. Okay, so watch the video first of all, and then also on the Google Drive, there is a template here. You don't have to print it, you could draw this quite easily yourself. And once you've watched the first part of the video, this is the template for you to have a go and practice using that blending and shading technique that you're shown using felt tip pens. When you've had a go at using the pens, go back onto that video link that you were watching before and start it back from 4 minutes 40, where you're then going to be shown a little bit more information about how to use pointillism and how to do shading and blending using paint. So again, watch the second half of the video. Once you've watched somebody else do it and you've got a really good idea, go back to your template, you'll already have the first part filled in using the felt tip pens. Go back to your template, and then you can use paint to do blending and shading with the other half of the template there. You can use any paint that you've got at home. If you've got poster paint, that's absolutely fine. If you've got watercolor paint, that's absolutely fine. You might want to use some of your color mixing skills from a few lessons ago to help you with that. That's absolutely fine. But it's just a bit of a practice this week of your blending and your shading, because next week we're going to start on our final piece, our final artwork piece, and bringing all of those skills together. Okay, so that's all of your tasks this week. As I've said already, make sure you check out the other videos for English to help you with your English work, and the other video for your history this week. There will also be another folder added for STEM from Mrs. Lancaster, because I know that she's going to be introducing some really fun building challenges for you. I know you've enjoyed those in the past, so there'll be a STEM folder added in as well, okay, as the week goes on. So enjoy your home learning this week. Don't forget to share it with us, and don't forget to check out the celebrations assemblies to see what everybody's been up to. Have a good week, guys. Take care. Bye bye.